Hey, Taborgrassers! Let's talk about the pentatonic scale, specifically how to play it in G and how to play it in D. Between those two keys, we can kind of get ourselves grounded there a little bit if it's unfamiliar terrain for us. Um, Pentatonic scale, if it's brand new to you, is kind of a subset of the major scale. It's just a few notes taken out of there, and you can almost think of it as the major scale if you took away the notes that have any potential to sound bad. So, in order to play it, let's start with G first. We'll do a G pentatonic scale. We're going to start on a G, of course. So find the most comfortable G on your instrument. And we're going to start much like the G major scale. So we've got a G, next note is an A, and then a B. So far so good. So we've got G, A, B. Then we're going to skip the next note in the major scale and go straight to D. So far we've got G, A, B, D. Next we're going to go to E. And then we're going to skip right back to G on top. So to recap, we've got G, A, B, D, E, G. Like that. G, A, B, skip over C to D, E, skip over F sharp to G. Like that. So it sounds kind of funny. There are these gaps in there where notes are a little bit further apart, but you can hear that all those notes they sound pretty good together. Once you've got that worked out, and I recommend that you take your time, just playing it up and playing it back down. Once that's feeling pretty good, I want you to try to expand that a little bit. So right here I started on this G right here, but I can go lower than that if I want to. So say I take this G and the next note down is an E. If I can play an E below that, I can do that. I can play a D below that, another B, another A, another G. So I can go down a whole other octave right there on a mandolin. And I can go back up. So just finding those same 5 notes, but going a little bit further down. Likewise, I can go a little further up. So if I go up to that highest G that I played before, I can go up to an A above that, up to a B above that, and I could keep going, but that would make me move my hand around a little bit, and I don't want to get into that. Depending on where you start, and depending on what instrument you're playing, you'll be able to play more or less of those notes. On a mandolin or a fiddle, you can usually get quite a few. On guitar, it's a little less, and on banjo, it's a little less than that. But everybody's got a pentatonic scale plus a few extras either on top or on bottom. So play around with that, get used to that. Maybe try going from the lowest in there that you could find up to the highest in that G pentatonic scale you could find. So for me, that'd be starting on this low G, A, B, D, E, then doing it again, G, A, B, D, E, doing it again, G, A, B, and then I'm going to run it a road. And I'll just march back down. With all this, remember to take your time and try to get to the point where your fingers kind of know where they're supposed to go. You're not having to think about it so much. Music is much more about your ears and your hands than it is about your brain, I guess. Once you've got that G pentatonic scale worked out, I want you to take a crack at the D pentatonic scale. This is going to come up in the video on Angelina Baker that I'm going to post right after this. And it's also just a good kind of complementary scale that will kind of get us working in a little bit different spot on the instrument. The process, though, is very similar. We've got those 3 notes in a row, G, A, B, in G, skip 1, and then skip 1 again. We're going to do the same little pattern in D. So in this case, I'll take a D, find a D to start on, And I'll play D, E, F sharp, those first three in a row, just like a major scale. Skip over the next one and go right to A, play a B, skip over the next one and go right up to D, and that's D pentatonic scale. We've got D, E, F sharp, A, B, D. And back down, D, B, A, F sharp, E, D. And just like what we did with that G pentatonic scale, once you've got that under your fingers, and again, take some time to get that under your fingers, see if you can expand it upwards or expand it downwards a little bit. So I can take this and play it through. And I can go a bit higher than that. I can go from this D, there's another E, another F sharp, another A, and another B. And again, I could keep going, but I don't want to worry about that right now. And if I go back down, B, A, F sharp, E, D, B, A, F sharp, E, D. I can keep going below to another B, another A, and then I'd run out of road. For both of those, again, shoot for your fingers sort of finding the spots where that's going to live. Don't worry about covering all the same range that I do. Go for what you can cover comfortably with your hand without moving it up and down the neck, just down here in first position. Give that a try. Shoot us an email at taborgrass@gmail.com if you've got any questions or you need to comment on my decoration or anything. And yeah, hope to see you all soon.